So for the BSc first sem, we are going to start, that is the first unit, the matrices. So anti-determinant. Already we have given you a syllabus. We made the video for the syllabus also. In that, the first unit is that for matrices. It is for the BSc first sem. BSc first sem. In that we are going to discuss about the matrices. So before going that, what we have already known about the concept of the matrix. Matrix means what? It is nothing but the rectangular arrangement of numbers in rows and columns is called as a matrix. So numbers in row ಮತ್ತು column ಆಗಿ in rectangular bracket. So if we are arranging that is called as a matrix. And matrix are indicated by the capital letter, and we write like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is a system of arrangement of numbers in rows. You can theory rows. Horizontal lines are called as a rows. Horizontal way of arranging number is called as a rows, and for this called as a vertical arrangement is called as a columns. You can theory column number C1, C2, C3. You can theory row R1, R2. We call them as a R. So rows into columns, the arrangement of numbers in rows and columns is called as a matrix. Theory matrix. And also we have studied that is the types of matrix. Types of matrix. So first we have to know about a row matrix. Row means so next row in the matrix ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಒಂದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ನಮಗೆ ಏನು ಬೇಕು ಆರ್ಡರ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಮ್ಯಾಟ್ರಿಕ್ಸ್ ಗೊತ್ತಿರಬೇಕು ನಮಗೆ. We have already known the order. So order of matrix means what? So number of rows and number of columns is called as order of matrix. How we write that is how many rows are there? First we write 2 rows. How many rows? 2 rows. And how many columns? 3 columns are there. 2 cross 3 is the order of this matrix A, what we have written. So this number of rows into number of columns is called as an order of the matrix. So here we got the matrix means what? A systematic arrangement of numbers in a rectangular bracket in rows and column is called as a matrix. Is called as a matrix. And the rows are called, so that is a horizontal arrangement is called as a row. ಈ horizontal line ಮೇಲೆ ಏನು ಅರೇಂಜ್ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತೀರಲ್ಲ ಅವಕ್ಕೆ ಏನಂತೀವಿ ರೋ. ವರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ಏನಂತೀವಿ ಕಾಲಮ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ವರ್ಟಿಕಲಿ which we have that is a columns, and horizontally lines are called as a rows. So rows into column is called as the order of the matrix. Order of the matrix. So next we discuss that is the types of matrix. So first we have to know about a row matrix. Row matrix ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? So for which we call as a row matrix. A matrix which containing only one row. ಎದಕ್ಕೆ row matrix ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೇವೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ a matrix which containing only one row. For example, A is equal to 1, 2, 3. So this is only one row. 1 cross 3 matrix. 1 cross 3 matrix. 3 columns are there. And this is another example for the row matrix. 2, 4. This is 1 cross 2. So the matrix which containing only one row, it is called as a row matrix. Next we come to that is a column matrix. So which we come to that is a column matrix. Column matrix. So column matrix means what? Row matrix we have already known, that is we are discussing about the type of matrix. So in that, so column matrix means a matrix which containing only one column. So matrix which containing only one column. For example, 1, 2, 3. So how many columns, rows are there? 3 rows are there and 1 column. The matrix which containing 3 rows and 1 column is called as a column matrix. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಏನಂತೀವಿ? Column matrix. And B is equal to how many rows we have? That is 2, 4. 2 rows and 1 column. That is also called as a ಕಾಲಮ್ ಮ್ಯಾಟ್ರಿಕ್ಸ್. ಅದಕ್ಕೂ ಏನಂತೇಳಿ ಕಾಲಮ್ ಮ್ಯಾಟ್ರಿಕ್ಸ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ. A matrix which containing only one column is called as a column matrix. Next we come to that is a zero matrix. Zero matrix. Zero matrix. Zero matrix. So what we mean by the zero matrix? Zero matrix means so all the elements of a matrix are zero. For example, if we have a A is a matrix, all the elements of a matrix are zero. So this is a 2 cross 2 matrix, which we call it as a zero matrix, or which we call as another. It is called as a null matrix. You know the null matrix. So next after this we have to study about the square matrix. Square matrix andre enri? So the number of rows equal to number of columns. Square andre ಏನು? ರೋ ನು ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಇರಬೇಕು, ಕಾಲಮ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಆಲ್ ಸೈಡ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್, ಅಂದ್ರೆ ರೋ ಮತ್ತು ಕಾಲಮ್ಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಇರಬೇಕು. ಯಾವಾಗ ನಾವು ಏನಂತೇವೆ? ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಅ ಸ್ಕ್ವೇರ್ ಮ್ಯಾಟ್ರಿಕ್ಸ್. Square matrix. Square matrix. Square matrix means if the number of rows equal to number of columns. So with the example we can say like this. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So how many columns are there? 2 columns are there. How many rows are there? So that is 2 rows are there. So rows equal to column or not? So then it is called as a square matrix of order 2 cross 2 matrix. And we will take another element. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So what is the order of this matrix? 3 cross 3. Rows are also equal to the number of columns. Number of rows equal to number of columns. So these two are called as a square matrix. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಏನಂತೇವೆ? ಸ್ಕ್ವೇರ್ ಮ್ಯಾಟ್ರಿಕ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೇವೆ. Next we come to that is a unit matrix. Unit matrix ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನ್ರಿ? So what we call or which we call it is an identity, multiplicative identity matrix ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೇವೆ. Or a unit matrix we call it unit matrix. Unit matrix. So for which we call as a unit matrix means it is a square matrix. It is a square matrix. A matrix A is said to be a square matrix if, so here in a square matrix we have that is the, so from left top to the right bottom, or from left top to the right bottom, which we call it as a principal diagonal. ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಏನಂತೀವಿ? Principal diagonal. The square matrix from left top to the right bottom, which we call as a diagonal, is called as a principal diagonal, and the elements which lies on that diagonal are called as a diagonal elements. Okay, diagonal. So remaining these are called as a non-diagonal elements. ಉಳಿದುದಕ್ಕೆ ಏನಂತೇವೆ? Non-diagonal elements ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೇವೆ. So here it is clear about the principle. So when we say that is A matrix is a unit matrix, so before that we have to need the diagonal matrix. ಅದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಮುಂಚೆ ನಮಗೆ diagonal matrix ಬೇಕು. So ಎದಕ್ಕೆ diagonal matrix ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೇವೆ? Except the principal diagonal, if all diagonal and non-diagonal elements are zero in any square matrix. If A is said to be a diagonal matrix, if A is said to be a diagonal, it is indicated like this also. We can write like this: Aij is a square. So where I is equal to number of rows equal to n cross n matrix, or a 3 cross 3 matrix. So number of rows equal to number of columns, that is defined as in a diagonal matrix. Diagonal matrix ಅಂದ್ರೆ that is Aij if I is equal to Z. Aij if I equal to J. Otherwise 0 if I is not equal to J. Like this also we can write it. I equal to J when they are equal only when they are diagonal elements. Diagonal elements. So non-diagonal elements equal agule now principal diagonal. So in not equal they are 0, means remaining non-diagonal elements are 0. For example, we'll take that is A is equal to 1 0 0 0 2 0 0 0 3. With It is a 3 cross 3 matrix. So in this, from left top to the right bottom, which is called as a principal diagonal. So except the principal diagonal, remaining all elements are 0. Means it is called as a diagonal matrix. Idikenanteve diagonal matrix. A square matrix is said to be a diagonal matrix if a principal diagonal, except the principal diagonal, if remaining non-diagonal elements are 0, then it is called as a diagonal matrix. Adikenanteve diagonal matrix. Next we come to that is the unit matrix. Unit matrix is nothing but the diagonal matrix. Adu yenre diagonal matrix whose diagonal elements are unity. So that is called as a unit matrix. 1 0 0 0 1 0 0 0 1. So which we call it as a unit matrix. Adakenanteve unit matrix antare. A matrix A is said to be a unit matrix if and only if it is a diagonal matrix whose diagonal elements are unity. Whose diagonal elements are unity, then it is called as a unit matrix. Aವಾಗ ನಾವು ಏನಂತೇವ್ರಿ ಆ matrix ಗೆ unit matrix ಅಂತ. Next after that we have to study about the scalar matrix. Scalar matrix ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನ್ರಿ? A matrix is said to be a scalar if it is a diagonal matrix. First, a scalar matrix is said to be a, so a matrix A is said to be a scalar matrix if it A is a diagonal matrix and whose diagonal elements are same. So ಏನಾಗಿರಬೇಕು? Diagonal matrix ಆಗಿರಬೇಕು. Diagonal elements ಏನಾಗಿರಬೇಕು? Same. 2 0 0 0 2 0 0 0 2 0 0 2. So A is equal to same adavi diagonal elements non-zero adavi. So remaining non-diagonal elements 0 adavi. But ivu ಏನು adavi? Same iddu andra, so that is called as a scalar matrix. So this is another type of matrix which we have to study. So after this we have to study about the symmetric and skew symmetric matrix. So symmetric matrix andre ಏನು? So that we have to know. Symmetric matrix. Symmetric matrix. Symmetric matrix. What we mean by the symmetric matrix? What we mean by the symmetric matrix? So symmetric matrix is nothing but a matrix is said to be a symmetric. So before going to the symmetric matrix, we need the transpose of a matrix. Transpose of a matrix means what? Interchanging, that is a rows and column. Transpose ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? ರೋ ಮತ್ತು ಕಾಲಮ್ ಅನ್ನು ಇಂಟರ್ಚೇಂಜ್ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಏನಂತೇವೆ? ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಪೋಸ್. ಸಪೋಸ್ ಇಫ್ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ a A is a matrix, A ಅನ್ನೋದು ಒಂದು ಮ್ಯಾಟ್ರಿಕ್ಸ್ ಇತ್ತು ಅಂದ್ರೆ 1 2 3 4. If we have a matrix, then its a transpose is indicated by A dash. Then ಬರೀತೇವೆ A dash ಅಂತ ಬರೀತೇವೆ. That is equal to interchanging, that is a rows into column. Row ಇದನ್ನ ಕಾಲಮ್ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಪೋಸ್. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ರೋ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಕಾಲಮ್ 1 2 3 4. ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಏನಂತೇವೆ ನಾವು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಪೋಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಅ ಮ್ಯಾಟ್ರಿಕ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೇವೆ. So next here we have to discuss about the actually for our syllabus we have this square matrix, symmetric matrix. A matrix A is said to be a symmetric if A equal to A transpose. A equal to A transpose. ಯಾವಾಗ ಈ A matrix symmetric matrix ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. So only the reason is A equal to A transpose. How to identify that is easily, that is a symmetric matrix. Symmetric matrix ಅನ್ನು ಹೆಂಗೆ ಐಡೆಂಟಿಫೈ ಮಾಡೋದ್ರಿ? So simple, for a given square matrix or a given square matrix, if we fold along the principal diagonal. So principal diagonal, along principal diagonal if you fold it, so we should observe that we should observe the same image if you fold it. For example, note 1 2 3 2 4 6 3 6 7. It is a square matrix. If you fold this square matrix along the principal diagonal, fold ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ 2 image ಬರ್ತದೆ ಸೇಮ್ ಐತ್ರಿ 3 image 3 6 image 6 ಸೇಮ್ ಬರ್ತೈತ್ರಿ ಹಿಂಗ್ ಫೋಲ್ಡ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ so we should observe the same image on the other side of the principal diagonal. So then it is called as a symmetric matrix. ಅವಾಗ ಏನಂತೀವಿ symmetric. ಈಗ ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಪೋಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ A transpose. Once again we get 1 2 3 2 4 6 3 6 7. So same ಬಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು ಚೇಂಜ್ ಇಲ್ಲ. So ಎರಡು ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಆಗೋರಿ. So for that reason this A is called as a symmetric matrix. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಏನಂತೀವಿ symmetric matrix ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. Next skew symmetric matrix ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? Skew symmetric matrix. Skew symmetric matrix. Skew symmetric matrix means what? For what we call as a skew symmetric matrix. Skew symmetric matrix ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನ್ರಿ? Skew symmetric matrix. Skew symmetric matrix. So for which we call as a skew symmetric matrix. A square matrix A is said to be a skew symmetric matrix if A equal to minus A transpose. If A equal to minus A transpose. How it is defined means, or also you can define this like this also. Aij. Henry define ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. Aij is equal to transpose of this minus transpose of AJI minus AJ. If these are equal, then we say that A is a skew symmetric matrix. Easily how to identify this as symmetric or symmetric and skew symmetric? Skew symmetric is identified easily that when, so for any square matrix the first condition is a diagonal element should be 0. Diagonal elements ಏನು ಇರಬೇಕ್ರಿ 0 ಇರಬೇಕು. ಇನ್ನು ನಾನ್ diagonal elements ಹೆಂಗೆ ಇರಬೇಕ್ರಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ when you fold that square matrix, so we should observe that the same image with opposite sign. For example, A equal to ನೋಡಿ 0 2 4 minus 2 minus 4 4 0 6 minus 6 0. So if you transpose this, so we get the A transpose. A transpose ಮಾಡಿದ್ರಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು ಬರ್ತೈತಿ? ಇದು ರೋ ಇದ್ದು ಕಾಲಮ್ 0 2 minus 4. So minus 2 0 6 4 minus 6 0. ಈಗ ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು? ಮೈನಸ್ ಕಾಮನ್ ತಗೋಬೇಕು. Then we get A transpose equal to minus A ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. Is a minus. For that, for this A matrix is said to be a skew symmetric matrix. A ಯಾವಾಗ skew symmetric ಅಂತೇವೆ? A equal to A transpose minus A transpose ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. A transpose equal to minus A ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. So then we say that is a square matrix is said to be a symmetric. ಅವಾಗ ನಾವು ಏನಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ? ಒಂದು matrix ಅನ್ನ skew symmetric. A square matrix is said to be a skew symmetric matrix. Next, after this we have to study about that is the submatrix. Submatrix means what? So this is a special word we are going to discuss, still which we have don't know about this. Submatrix means what? Submatrix means, so it is a square matrix. It is a matrix which is obtained by deleting some rows and columns of the given matrix. So row and column, only row or a column or both together. So then it is called as a submatrix. So deleting the rows and columns, ರೋ ಮತ್ತು ಕಾಲಮ್ ಡಿಲೀಟ್ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು ಅಥವಾ ಬರೀ ರೋ ಡಿಲೀಟ್ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಆಸ್ ಅ ಸಬ್ ಮ್ಯಾಟ್ರಿಕ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ಮ್ಯಾಟ್ರಿಕ್ಸ್ obtained from the given matrix deleting row or any column or both together, row or a column or both together is called as a sub matrix. For example, ಈಗ ನೀವು ಒಂದು ಸ್ಕ್ವೇರ್ ಮ್ಯಾಟ್ರಿಕ್ಸ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ರಿ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ A cross M 3 cross 3 ಮ್ಯಾಟ್ರಿಕ್ಸ್ ಐತ್ರಿ. ಇದ್ರಾಗ ನಾ ರೋ ಕಾಲಮ್ ಡಿಲೀಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೇವೆ, ಫಸ್ಟ್ ರೋ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಕಾಲಮ್ ಡಿಲೀಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೇವೆ, ಅವಾಗ ನಿಮಗೆ ಏನು ಸಿಗ್ತೈತ್ರಿ? ದಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಗೆಟ್ ದಿ ಮ್ಯಾಟ್ರಿಕ್ಸ್ ಲೈಕ್ ದಿಸ್, that is 4 6 6 7. So this is called as a sub matrix of this. It is a sub matrix of the matrix. So matrix which is obtained by deleting a row or a column or both together, then it is called as a sub matrix. Adukke enantavri sub matrix. Next here we have to study about the minor of matrix. How to find? We have already familiar with finding the minor of a matrix when you are finding the solution of system of linear equations. So for second year ನಿಮಗೆ minor ಕಂಡುಹಿಡಿದು ಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ, minor. So to find out the inverse of a matrix, there is a very important necessary thing is that you are familiar with finding the minor of a matrix. Minor of a matrix ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನ್ರಿ? The determinant obtained by deleting rows and columns. For example, suppose if A is a matrix 1 2 3 4 5 6, so this 7 8 9. If we have a square matrix, so find the minor of the elements of the matrix. So how to find out the minor of the elements? So deleting that row and column, what is the determinant? Suppose if you want to find out that is the, so minor of 1. So the minor of 1 is obtained by deleting the row and column containing that element. Minor andre the determinant obtained by deleting that row and column. Idakke enantare column, idakke enantare row andre. ಆ row ಮತ್ತು ಆ column ಡಿಲೀಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ ನಿಮಗೆ ಏನು ಡಿಟರ್ಮಿನೆಂಟ್ ಸಿಗ್ತೈತೆ ನೋಡ್ರಿ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಏನಂತೇವೆ ನಾವು ಮೈನರ್. ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಮೈನರ್ ಆಫ್ 1? 5 6 8 9. So you are familiar with that expansion of the determinant. 9 5 45 minus 8 ಆರ್ಲೆ 48 ಎಷ್ಟಾಯ್ತು? ಮೈನರ್ minus 3 is the minor of the 1, minus 3 is the minor of, like this here. Suppose what about a minor of that is a 5? What is the minor of a 5? So deleting that row and column containing that element. So determinant obtained by deleting that row and column containing that element. ಆ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಇರುವಂತ ರೋ ಮತ್ತು ಕಾಲಮ್ ಡಿಲೀಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ ನಮಗೆ ಏನು ಡಿಟರ್ಮಿನೆಂಟ್ ಸಿಗ್ತೈತೆ ನೋಡ್ರಿ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಏನಂತೀವಿ? ಮೈನರ್ ಆಫ್ ದಟ್ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್. ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಮೈನರ್ ಆಫ್ 5? ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ determinant of 1 3 7 9. So this is the determinant of that. So determinant obtained by deleting that row and column containing that element. So that is 9 minus 7 3s are 21 is equal to ಎಷ್ಟಾಗುತ್ತೆ ನೋಡ್ರಿ? 9 ಹೋಯ್ತು ಅಂದ್ರೆ so that is 12 ಆಗುತ್ತೆ minus 12. Minus 12 is the minor of the 5. So like this we have to find out the minor and symmetric matrix, Q symmetric matrix. Next we have on properties on this symmetric matrix and skew symmetric matrix. So that we have to, next we have to study about the elementary row transformation. So R1 minus R2, you are familiar with finding that is the inverse of a matrix by elementary transformation method. Row ಮತ್ತು ಕಾಲಮ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? ರ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಕಂಡುಹಿಡಿಬೇಕು. ರ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಆಫ್ ಅ ಮ್ಯಾಟ್ರಿಕ್ಸ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ವಾಟ್? ಸೊ ರ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಆಫ್ ಅ ಮ್ಯಾಟ್ರಿಕ್ಸ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್, ಸೊ ರ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಆಫ್ ಅ ಮ್ಯಾಟ್ರಿಕ್ಸ್ ಇಸ್ ನಥಿಂಗ್ ಬಟ್ ದಿ ನಂಬರ್ ಆಫ್ ನಾನ್ ಜೀರೋ ಮ್ಯಾಟ್ರಿಕ್ಸ್, ನಂಬರ್ ಆಫ್ ನಾನ್ ಜೀರೋ rows of a given matrix after expressing that into the echelon form. So in echelon form andre a matrix is said to be a row reducible into the echelon form. Means if you reduce that is a matrix into this form like this 1 2 3, or upper triangular matrix or a lower triangular matrix like this. So how many non-zero rows? ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಏನಂತೀವಿ? echelon form. So that is expressed either in a upper triangular or a lower triangular matrix. Upper triangular a lower triangular matrix. After expressing that is upper or lower triangular matrix, how many non-zero rows are there? So that is called as a rank of matrix. How many non-zero rows are there? Or whose determinant is non-zero? So that is a determinant of any matrix is a non-zero, then that is the order of that matrix is called as a rank of a matrix. So we will discuss about the rank of a matrix. So there are different rules which we have to follow for finding the rank of a matrix by using that is the elementary transformation method. We have to find out the rank of a matrix. After that we have to solve the system of linear equations ಕಲಿಬೇಕ್ರಿ. So this is about that is the matrix. So let me take the notes on this. Idra ಮೇಲೆ notes ಬರ್ಸ್ತೇನ್ರಿ, ಬರ್ಕೋರಿ. First we'll start with the definition of the matrix. Matrix ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನ್ರಿ? So that we'll see once. So first, matrix. Matrix means what? The arrangement of a rectangular arrangement. A rectangular angular arrangement. Rectangular arrangement of a numbers in rows and columns. Rows and columns is called the matrix. And the matrix are indicated by the capital letters. So let me take the example. X, A is equal to, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is. So next here we have to know that is the order of the matrix. Order of the matrix means number of rows into columns. ಎಷ್ಟು ರೋ ಅದಾವ್ರಿ? 2 ರೋ ಅದಾವ್ರಿ. ಕಾಲಮ್ ಎಷ್ಟು ಅದಾವ್ರಿ? 3 ಕಾಲಮ್. So this is 2 cross 3 is called as an order of the matrix. The order of the matrix ಎದಕ್ಕೆ ಅಂತೀವಿ? The number of rows into number of columns. Number of rows into number of columns is called the so order of the matrix. So here we can take an example. The order of the matrix is the order of the matrix A is, what is order? ಎಷ್ಟು ರೋ ಅದ ನೋಡ್ರಿ?